We're now tuned into the new old school with weapon of choice. From now on, this is all you're gonna hear on your radio. And those who try to sound like me,
you don't sound like me. You don't sound like me.
Hello and welcome to another Coach Johnny instructional video. I hope you've been finding this series enjoyable, helpful, and informative. If you're not already a subscriber, hopefully by the end of this video I will have changed your mind with my in-depth instructions. I'm trying to cover everything you will need to apply the topics to your game, and mainly develop these videos as a form of review for any of my athletes or future athletes. That being said, let's get into it with this next video, as I know they tend to be a bit long to cover all the points. This video will be covering gap control, which is a crucial part of position when in use with depth and angle. If you're new to hearing any of these concepts, please take a moment to watch the videos on landmarks, angles, and depth, as these concepts all build off one another. Gap control is exactly as it sounds, controlling the gap between us and the puck. It is based on three things: the distance the puck is from the net, possible plays, and how big we are as a physical person. How we manage gap starts with the use of certain landmarks, then we factor in possible plays, and finally the shooter's speed and angle of approach. Please see my depth video for more on this. So based on the puck, we know where we should be set for a shot. But as the puck moves, we have to adjust our body position to maximize our goalie's frame of body. The speed and angle of the shooter's path determines how quickly or slowly we back into the net space and the shooting cone. We try to use these keys to put as much of our body into the shooting cone, both horizontally and vertically, to give the goalie a high percentage chance of making the save. We want to keep as much of our body in the frame of the net as possible to maximize our stopping surface and make it so the shooter sees very little net. As the puck gets closer, the goalie must back into the net to make best use of these principles, but they should never get any deeper into the net than the save decision zone. The save decision zone is an arc I want the goalie to be on only when the puck is basically on the top of the crease at almost any angle. So let's get into it here, and as always, if you have any questions or comments on this video and the topic it covers, leave a message in the comments below and I will address it as soon as I can. Now let us combine this with a few simple landmarks and our depth. If the puck is at the blue line, ideally the goalie should have their heels on the top of the crease or beyond. If the puck moves to the ringette line, our goalie should now have their heels on the top of the crease or paint. When the puck is this distance from the net, we want to be at this depth. So we will draw a few arcs here to mark these distances. You'll see why we do this as we get into this a little more. Now as the puck crosses the ringette line and moves closer, we know our shooting cone will be changed. So must our goalie's depth to make the best use of our frame of body. We'll put another arc here showing the distance of the puck. Now when the puck is near this depth, our goalie should be on the top of the paint or just inside the crease. We can't magically transport ourselves to this spot, and we need to be here when the puck reaches the hash marks. Unlike I just did in the video, we can't have our goalie standing still on that spot from the beginning. If our goalie is standing still, then a player can easily deke to the side and score. Or when they are farther out from the net, they could have the potential to snipe a goal. If we put the puck inside the hash marks, our shooting cone shrinks, even more so to be efficient and not over-challenged to the point that the player tries to deke our goalie. He must back up roughly to here. Now to put the puck almost on top of the crease, the goalie should be about here in the save decision zone. The zone where a decision on how and what kind of save is crucial and must be made here in the moment. This allows our goalie the potential to stop a shot or deke at this range and forces the player to make a choice on what play they choose to or to run into the goalie. Let's put an arc for both of these spots so we have some reference. This is the deepest into our net a goalie should ever get until dealing with below the goal line plays or post-to-post plays. So in order to do this correctly, our goalie must glide backwards as the puck comes closer to each of these points. This is what we call gap control. It is not to be confused with depth, but the combination of depth, angle, and gap control will be covered in one of the next videos as we bring all these pieces together. What our goalie should be doing will look like this. As the puck comes closer to the net and as it moves farther away, we have two options to initiate the backwards momentum. The most common being a C-cut and glide, and the other is simply pushing our feet farther apart at a slight angle to achieve backwards momentum. It's hard to create momentum with both feet to start, so we often use a C-cut when the goalie is farther from the net and standing still. This C-cut allows our goalie to get good speed and power to start moving. As they and the puck get closer to the net, we then use both feet to control our speed. This widening of the feet in turn allows the goalie to crouch lower and keep the body within the frame of the net and set up for going butterfly, with the higher chance of the shot being low on the ice the closer the puck gets to the net. We can also control how fast we move back simply by widening our feet to move back faster, or just leaving them parallel to maintain the speed we already have. This backwards movement also makes it easier for a goalie to adjust to changes in angle with a shuffle and a correction in the feet to square up to the puck. It also helps when a player dekes by allowing the goalie to move with the deke easier and not move purely in a flat across the crease motion. With the movement, one can also rotate easier to get angle on a new puck position due to a pass. All of these options stem from moving while the puck is coming in. The real key here is our gap control and being sure we do not go back into our net too fast, thus showing more net than we want, or by moving too slow and allowing the player to get around us easily. If you watch the distance the goalie moves compared to the distance the puck covers, it's obvious the goalie moves much less than the puck. This matching of speed to the depth needed at a certain distance is why gap control is crucial. On a straight in play, it should look a little something like this. Gap control can also be reversed if, say, the puck is moved from in close to the net to the ringette line or the blue line. Again, it is in essence gap control, but it is commonly referred to as gaining depth in these situations. Most of these plays are quick movements, so the gap movement is done either with a T-push or a C-cut if the situation allows for it. So we have seen what landmarks are commonly used in our gap control: the ringette line, the hash marks, and the face-off dots. These marks are used to gauge distance on when to start moving and controlling the gap between the goalie and the puck. We also learned how to start to move with a C-cut and to maintain the best gap or control our movement speed by widening or narrowing our stance while moving as the puck gets closer to on top of us. We also have visual representation on how deep or shallow we want to be depending on the position of the puck on the ice, and when we should delay or push backwards depending on how far the puck in the play is to the boards. Now get out there and try practicing and applying this new knowledge, along with your angles and depth. Hopefully you will see an improvement in your play very quickly. I will make a new video for depth management and chasing space to show how to put all these new tools into one coherent package. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. I will answer them as quickly as possible. If you need help with something else, please see the channel description for my email address and other ways to contact me.
Big hits, let's go all night now. How much do I like the sport of hockey? Very. When I'm working, get the score on my BlackBerry. I don't make music, on the contrary. I'm making rock'em sock'em hits called Don Cherry. I'm always winning, just call me Trevor Linden. My team is gonna get the cup and that's the only mission. Now we're heading to the Coliseum. Gotta get my tickets cause it's final round game 7. No way I'm gonna...